Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Heron's Haven podcast. Apologies for not putting up the podcast yesterday. Yesterday was a very hectic day. So I thought it'd be just, I guess, to make it up a little bit, I'll do it today before the game, so you can at least have some thoughts, and we can at least share some thoughts before the Florida Derby tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Um, yeah, we have a couple of things to talk about today. Obviously, besides the Florida Classic and everything that's going on for that game and everything building up to that, I do want to talk about a couple of key points, and I think I kind of want to start implementing these before I jump straight into the actual podcast in terms of some news that's been going around regarding the MLS, regarding certain players and certain situations. Um, I think it's just kind of a big deal. So before we actually get into the game and start talking about the game, I want to talk about Sergio Ramos. I want to talk about Sergio Ramos moving to San Diego FC, the new expansion team that's coming out next year, and of course, it's a huge deal. I mean, like honestly, the fact that like Sergio Ramos, I mean, obviously Sergio Ramos is an amazing player. Yo, what's up, guys? Outlaw in the chat saying hi from Texas. Don't worry about it, bro. Ace Lionel, welcome. Yo, let's get this clean sheet. I mean, hopefully we can replicate a similar result to last time from home. But I mean, hey, you never know, right? But yeah, in regards to Sergio Ramos, there have been news, there have been speculation. Well, it's not really more speculation. The speculation kind of turned into more real news as as it developed over time. But yeah, San Diego, the new expansion team that's coming out next year in 2025, they're in really advanced talks to sign Spanish defender Sergio Ramos as a DP, a designated player. Ramos, 38-year-old defender, will be a free agent this summer after his contract ends with Sevilla. Um, and he has had a lot of other offers globally from many different clubs, but he has a high possibility of joining San Diego. Supposedly, he is very interested in um, participating the um, in the vision of the club and its ethos and whatnot. So, um, what's it called? Yeah. He will bring a significant reputation to San Diego FC. He's considered one of the greatest defenders of all time, known for his versatility and success with Spain's national team and Real Madrid. He is renowned for his competitive spirit and willingness to do whatever it takes to win, which has endeared him to fans, but also made him a controversial figure to others. By potentially signing Ramos, San Diego FC appears to be embracing this fierce and competitive ethos even before playing their first match, which is, I guess, like as a new team, that's something that you kind of want to do, right? You kind of want to make yourself known right off the bat in the first game. And I think Sergio Ramos would be a good representation of that, a strong leader, a fierce player, very controversial player as well to most people. But I think like that's kind of the sort of a person and player that you need on the pitch, and even in the locker room behind the scenes. So I think it'd be really good for San Diego to pick up somebody like Sergio Ramos, even if it is for maybe a season or two. Um, and with that, I'm pretty sure it happened the same day. I think this was like two days ago that they announced this, or a day ago. But like literally the same day, Olivier Giroud like officially announced his move to LAFC, which I think is really awesome. So we have two really big name players coming to the MLS next season, or coming to the MLS, I guess in general. I think Olivier Giroud is coming now. I'm pretty sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's great for the league. And honestly, and obviously, there's a lot of people that are saying that the MLS, especially with the coming of Messi, Suarez, Busquets, and Alba, they keep saying that the MLS is a retirement league and that the MLS is not really doing a good job in terms of developing younger players. But I think on the contrary, the MLS are doing I want to say a better job, or they're definitely changing their approach when it comes to development. They are focusing more on developing young players, selling, buying young players. But in order to do that, in order to attract young players, and like to buy young players, they need to increase their reputation, and that's by signing high-profile players like Ramos, like Messi, like Giroud. And I think they've been doing a good job in terms of that. I think just signing those types of players really attracts more and more either younger players or older players alike, and it just grows the reputation of the league, and which grows viewership, which grows financial strength, and I think it's just all positives all around. So I think it's really really good. These two signings are really really awesome. I mean, like, yeah, Sergio Ramos is like 38 years old, but he's in great shape. He's literally been playing in La Liga this entire time. So I think another year or two in the MLS is not going to really hurt him. But yeah, but for Giroud, it's because of his goalkeeper friend Hugo Lloris, who contributed, who played a big part in convincing Giroud to come over to LA. I mean, supposedly LAFC were very keen on signing Giroud even before they signed Lloris, since last fall, and Giroud was very open to the possibility. But I think after signing Lloris and after, I guess, talking between the two, it was just pretty much confirmed that Giroud was gonna leave Milan at the end of the season and head to LA. He will debut with LAFC after representing France in the 2024 European Championship, potentially starting on July 20th. Um, his skill as a complete forward, able to link up the play and combine well with wingers, and makes him the ideal fit for LAFC's attacking strategy. He will join on a potent offense featuring Dennis Buenga and reigning MLS Golden Boot winner. Oh, who is the reigning MLS Golden Boot? Sorry, I'm like, those are the notes that I took, and for some reason I'm like reading too fast and I'm like stumbling on the words. But yeah, they do still have a DP spot, which don't know if they are going to be at it, because a lot of people were saying that Sergio Ramos was going to go to LA at first, but nah. It's and I'm pretty sure he'll be heading to San Diego if anything. But yeah. So he's going to be joining now pretty much like in the summer, so like in a month or two from now. So he'll be finishing off the season with LAFC, and I think it's going to be really, really good for them. It's going to even, I feel like that kind of signing is going to make them an even more dangerous team, more than they already are, honestly. But regardless, I wanted to talk about that right before we talked about Miami, because I think it's just really, really, I think it's very, very cool for the league to just continue to make these kinds of signings to increase their reputation in order to attract, more players and younger players and more audiences, and it's just good as just a strategy, right? So, anyways, without further ado, actually no, before I actually talk about the game itself, I do want to talk about two things that Inter Miami have published in terms of certain events. So the first thing that the communications department has shared with us is that if you are a season ticket member, you have the benefit, you have the privilege and the luxury to attend an open training session hosted at Chase Stadium called Football Fiesta on Tuesday, May 21st at Chase Stadium. So it says here in the public address announcement, Inter Miami CF announced on Monday, which was 2 days ago, that the club will host an exclusive training session for the club's valued season ticket members on Tuesday, May 21st. STMs will have the unique opportunity to watch Inter Miami train at Chase Stadium for the club's Football Fiesta event. To secure your ticket, please RSVP here, which I left a link in the description. If you are a season ticket member, click the link in the description where I put open training session info, and then you'll be able to get access to this this article and click on the link to RSVP your spot. The deadline is Friday, May 17th, which is this Friday at 5 p.m. Tickets will be uploaded into the accounts on Monday, next Monday, the 20th. And yeah, and so season ticket members are eligible for the same amount of tickets that you've bought, like for the actual. So if I'm a season ticket member holder, I have 2 season tickets, so I'm only able to get 2. I think I could probably get 1, but why would you get less than the amount that you've paid for your season ticket? So yeah. So like, it's not like if I have 2 season tickets, I can't get 4 training ticket, if that makes sense. So yeah, and then they have like a whole timeline, which is not really that long to read. You can get your picture with the 2023 Leagues Cup trophy, which I think will be pretty cool for a lot of us. There will be an EAFC 24 station where you would play EAFC 24, the video game. There will be some giveaways for the fans, like merch and gear signed by the actual players. So that is going to be very, very, very cool. Yeah, so just a lot of giveaways, a lot of merch, a lot of gear and things like that. Just a lot of activities for you to do in this football fiesta event. And I'm assuming that there's going to be like stuff outside of the stadium, like in the fan zone, open um for like food and stuff. I'm assuming, I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be a fun time. I already RSVP'd my 2 tickets, so I'll try to vlog it, but I'll definitely like take pictures and stuff and like upload them on Instagram or on Twitter. Those links are also down in the description if you want to just stay updated on that sort of thing. If you can't make it, but yes. They do have something called Merch Madness, which is season ticket members will have the chance to purchase both new and player worn gear from 2023, as well as youth and adult Adidas Inter Miami gear at great prices. Trust us, it won't last long, so arrive early. Remember, the gates open at 6 p.m. and Merch Madness also begins at 6 p.m. So while supplies last, no, Merch Madness is cash only. Please plan accordingly. Okay, so that is very interesting. They're selling used and player worn both new and player worn gear from the 2023 season, as well as youth and adult Adidas gear that are in a Miami CF. That starts at 6 p.m. They only accept cash. So if you're willing to spend a lot of money on a lot of gear, bring a lot of cash. That is also kind of dangerous, so be very, very careful because people who know this information, they're probably going to assume that you have a lot of cash on you. So I'm assuming security is going to be pretty tight. But yes, please be careful when you're carrying a lot of cash on you, especially if you're not parking. They do have a whole parking map. I'm pretty sure that parking is free. Yes, parking the football fiesta is free. The green, blue, and yellow lots will be open on a first come, first served basis. So this is probably the nicest thing. This is probably the best thing that Inter Miami has done for its fans in a really, really long time, at least for the season ticket members, right? For the season ticket members, especially the long-term season ticket members that's been here since 2020, this is probably the best thing that's ever happened to us as a benefit. We've had open training sessions before, but to everybody, not just for season ticket members. But that was before Messi and all of them came, and it was a lot of fun. We would attend those free events all the time, but this is different. This is completely different. This is like a lot more in store for us in terms of obviously being able to see Messi, Suarez, Jordi, and Busi train. But the fact that they're like selling merch, player worn merch. There's going to be different stations where you get to take pictures with the Leagues Cup trophy. There's going to be a bunch of giveaways. So it's going to be a big event. It's going to be a big day. Excuse me. I'm like trying to burp, but it's like not coming out. Excuse me. But yeah, it's going to be a big day. Hopefully all the season ticket members can show up. I know I will. And yeah, it's going to be very, very awesome. So Tuesday, May 21st, 7 p.m. Eastern. Get there at 6 or even before then. And to secure your parking spot, and even if you want to buy all that merch, get there as soon as you can. But yeah, and also by the communications department, this is a completely separate event. This event is called the Florida Blue Equipment Drive. The Equipment Drive is the 4th annual Equipment Drive empowering future athletes. This will be happening on Thursday, May 30th from 5 to 6:30. The communications department said, get ready to ignite your passion for football and show the power of the Inter Miami family as the 4th annual Equipment Drive presented by Florida Blue is here. It's aimed to break down barriers for football players of all economic backgrounds by providing access to football equipment, allowing them to participate in the beautiful game. Which is very, very nice of them, right? This is the 4th annual one. May 30th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And the location, they have the location at the Sawgrass Mill Circle in Sunrise. I also left the link for this article in the description if you want to read the article and get more information on it. And you can read along with me if you want. And also, surprise, Franco Negri will be joining the event. So you'll be able to I get interact with Franco and take pictures with him and just be a part of the community and just like be around with the rest of the Inter Miami CF community. So um bring yeah, and so if you are going to attend this event, bring whatever gear, bring shin guards, bring gloves, bring jerseys, socks, anything will help with the drive. So if you are participating in that, highly recommend you do. I'll be attending that, I'll be donating, and yeah, so those are just some of the events and stuff that I wanted to talk about before jumping in to the preview. So now that we got all that done and said, let's talk about tonight. Tonight is going to be a big game. Tonight is going to be a really big game for us. Obviously, um, Florida Classic, the Florida Derby, whatever you want to call it. Tonight at 7:30 at Orlando. Obviously, if you remember last time out, we destroyed Orlando 5-0 at home, right? Completely destroyed them. It was honestly, I was not expecting it. I was not expecting a 5-0 defeat against our in-state rivals, but I was predicting a win. Now, I'm not complaining, obviously, but yeah, I don't know if it's going to be the same thing. I don't think we're going to be keeping that clean sheet this time around, but I do think it's going to be a pretty competitive game. I think Orlando are going to be more ready for us, even though they're not doing so hot in the Eastern Conference this season. They're 3-5, in 11th place overall. So yeah, with only 12 points in 11 games, so they're not really doing so hot. But honestly, I would prefer to keep a clean sheet at this point, to be honest, because of how poorly they've been doing and how good a form that we've been in recently. I think this should be a pretty dominant game, but don't want to jinx it. But yeah, last time out we've earned a 3-2 valuable comeback win over Montreal on the road last Saturday night to extend the team's unbeaten run to 7 games and winning streak of 5. Jeez. So we have 7 games unbeaten and a winning streak of 5 games. So the team was led by victory by a fantastic golazo free kick from none other than Matias Rojas and goals by Luis Suarez and Cremashi to seal the win. Kremashi made his first start in that last week, and Kritsov made his first appearance back from injury, which is always really good to see. He's been out since March against the New York Red Bulls. And additionally, Rojas made his first start for the club, which is very nice. He was also named Team of the Match Day for Match Day 13 in the 2024 MLS regular season. And yeah, and he just really, I'm just really happy that we were able to bring in a player like Rojas to the team. He's already proven that he is an amazing player and that he can contribute to our system, to our tactic, to just the overall squad, and he has a lot to offer for Inter Miami. So I'm really happy that he's here. And yeah, hopefully we can continue the streak going into the game against Orlando. We currently are 8-2-3 out of yeah. So still first place in the Eastern Conference. We also are first place in the Supporter Shield. We still are a game ahead against Cincinnati, but I think even on goal difference, we're still in first. So even if we do lose, actually no, even if Cincinnati wins, excuse me, we will still keep our first place spot. But yes. What's it called? Where are my other notes? Yes. So this is going to be the second edition of the Florida rivalry in the 2024 regular season and the 15th overall matchup between the sides across all competitions. Inter Miami has a record of 5 wins, 6 losses, and 3 draws, thus far against Orlando. Last time out, Inter Miami earned an emphatic 5-0 win against Chase Stadium on March 2nd. And notably, the 5-0 win over Orlando in the past game between the sides is the largest margin of victory in the club's history. So yeah. So yeah, we should be expecting a full starting lineup, including Jordi Alba, Messi, Busi, and Suarez. Also for Orlando, they have forwards like Muriel, who is a very good player. Um, the Colombian striker is just, and there was also another one. I think he's an Uruguayo, Lodeiro, I think. So yeah, it's surprising honestly because Orlando have really good players. Like Orlando, they have Lodeiro, they have Torres, they have Muriel, they have Angulo. Even Maguire can perform pretty well, and so it's like it's really strange how they are performing pretty bad this season. But I mean, hey, I'll take it. I mean, it's our rivals. We need to win. And honestly, I think with a struggling, I mean, they're gonna have a lot of motivation to come at us, right? They're gonna have a lot of motivation to come at us and play hard, press high, press heavy, and just try to secure the win, especially at home. And they're definitely not gonna want to be embarrassed like they did last time out. So it's going to be a difficult game. I'm trying for my predicted lineup. I want to say that I mean Drake Callender is obviously going to be in goal. We should be playing our entire, it's going to be difficult right now that I'm thinking about it. It's going to be difficult because we do have another game on Saturday, and that's at home. So, I mean, like, we still should be playing our starting lineup no matter what. We have Calendar in goal with Negri, Freire, Aviles, and Chelo at the right back positions. Then we'll have probably Matias Rojas will probably get the start again with we'll do like, well, it'll probably be like Ruiz, Sergio, and maybe Busi or Gressel. I don't know. Um, no, wait, what did I just say? No, Ruiz, Sergio Busquets, and Benja or Gressel. I guess depending on like how he wants to rest players or rotate players. And then I think Matias Rojas will start with Suarez and Messi. I don't think he should be doing too much rotation. Even though we do have the game on Saturday, I think like just this Florida game, like, or this Florida Derby matchup, it should be more important than the game this Saturday against DC. Um, but yeah, that's just in my opinion. But yeah, we should have our starting 11, our full strength starting 11. Don't think anybody, like, I was trying to look at like the squad in terms of like availability, in terms of like injuries and things like that, but I don't think we should be expecting anybody back. Because obviously Gomez is still out. Farias is going to be out until the end of the season. Redondo, I don't think he's going to be available until like pretty much next month. Um, Ian Frey, I think, is still going to be out until next month as well. And then Robbie Robinson and then Borgelin and whatever, they're all probably not going to be available until June. So, yeah, so we're just going to be rocking the same team that we have been, which is okay. We've been in really, really good form, which is what we needed, especially after that loss against Monterrey. I think after that loss against Monterrey, I think we really got our act together. We got the injuries back. We got a lot of just good performances back to back, and it's been putting having a pretty positive impact in the locker room and on the field, and you can tell, right? But yeah, I think something that we still got to work on. I don't know if it's going to happen tonight or not, but we've always been having very slow starts to games, like especially in the first halves. Like in the first half, we are very, very quiet. Last time out, we did a little bit better, but we had 2 goals. We literally scored 2 goals in the dying minutes of the first half, and to equalize. But I think still, like, we're gonna have to do just more to just kind of actually be in the game. A good representation of that was against the Red Bulls when we were down in the first half, and then we just ended up scoring, what was it, 5 or 6 in the second. Because like if we're gonna disappear in the first half, we're gonna have to score. Like we're gonna have to do what we did against the Red Bulls. Like we're gonna have to just be completely dominant in the second half. But I don't know. I mean, like I just much rather just kind of be control. I think like Inter Miami, I think have to work on just being in control throughout the entire game. But honestly, at the end of the day, if they're like actually dominate, like if they're winning and if they're scoring goals, I mean, like I guess it doesn't matter how you play, right? So I don't know. It kind of depends. The tactic and the system, I guess, is working. I think it's just controlling the game now is what they have to work on. But yeah, no. If they're scoring goals and if they're winning games, honestly, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I don't have too much to say about Orlando. I mean, like the only really things I already said what I had to say about their players and their form. I mean, that's really all we have to worry about. Maguire is their leading scorer. I think he has like 5 goals in this season. So, and Ladero has 5 assists, which is their top assister. So it's not really like they're literally, honestly, on paper, they're nothing to worry about. But they have the big names. They do have the potential to just cause an upset. Like if Orlando win tonight, it will be an upset, and that really will be disappointing for Inter Miami, considering the fact that obviously we've been in good form and they've been doing really bad. So yeah, I'm not going to ramble on for too long. We're approaching the 30-minute mark, and I think I've said what I've had to say. I'm going to be coming back live after the game for my post-game reaction. But yes, yet again, I apologize for doing the preview today. I normally do the previews 24 hours before the game. But yeah, yesterday was pretty hectic and whatnot. So, but yeah, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. It'll be Orlando versus Inter Miami CF in the 2024 regular season for match day 14, I'm pretty sure. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a game to watch. You're not going to want to miss it. The links are in the description for those events if you are season ticket members or if you want to participate in that equipment drive. That's just more information on that in the description. So just take a look at that. Highly urge you to just be a part of that. Especially if you want to be more involved in the community, involved with La Familia, I think those are just good opportunities to just get more involved in that sort of thing. So I'm gonna be there for both events, and I hope I do get to see you there. I'll post like some updates on Instagram and Twitter if I remember and if I have good connection, honestly. But yeah. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the Heron's Haven podcast. The preview for Orlando versus Inter Miami is officially done, and we will see. I think my prediction, honestly, for this game would be a 3-1 win for Miami. We're not going to keep a clean sheet, in my opinion, but I think we will walk away with the win. So a 3-1 win for Miami. Let's see how we do tonight. Vamos Miami, and I'll see you guys later tonight for my post-game review. I'll see you guys.